that was when she publicly distanced herself. But I would say, Angela, having been through, unfortunately, this type of legal action myself, not through choice, it is miserable.
Are you serious?
It does impact your relationships because it becomes so overwhelming and so stressful going through something like this. And I find it bizarre that he is choosing to continue to dive in to these battles. Now, I know on stage with Aaron Ross Sorkin in New York last week, he tried to say, oh, no, these have chosen me. I haven't chosen these, but that is rubbish. He has absolutely chosen these. And I think you also make a good point. Mate, focus on making some money. Focus on doing your job, because actually none of this stuff is actually going to give you the sustainable career that you want. And your finances are running out because you insist on catching private jets. You're going to lose all of your big contracts. Spotify's already gone. Netflix is either going to go or see a dramatic reduction in terms of the amount that you're paid.
Okay.
And you've received your last multi-million-pound inheritance from your great-grandmother, the Queen Mother. There is no more money coming in.
Somebody said to me, and I don't know if this is true, that he had a verbal fight with Meghan, and said, why don't you go out and earn some money? Do something properly to earn some money instead of just spending all your money on clothes. I don't know if it's true, but I think that it just shows that you could be right over the difficulty of actually living so elaborately when the money's running out quite fast.
Yeah, but the thing is, Angela, with all the will in the world, she isn't going to be able to make the money required for the lifestyle that they believe they deserve to live, because they want a private jet lifestyle. Now, remember, the only way that their mates or former mates like Oprah Winfrey, George Clooney, Ellen DeGeneres actually were ever able to afford a private jet lifestyle was by working bloody hard, Angela. Excuse my French, but very, very hard for a very long time, 5 days a week, long hours. Now, Harry and Meghan believed that they were just going to continue on this gravy train without putting in any work. And you're completely right to point out that when it comes to Polo, they didn't do any work. They barely appeared in the series themselves. They haven't given one interview to promote it. And guess what? Here it comes. It's flopped. And I know we'll come to that later. But it's the bigger point, which is that this is all going to come to a head because Harry has been used to working very little in his life for a lot of privilege, and that's not how things work in the private sector.
No, I think after Christmas something will happen, because if they're going to be together, they'll get back.
Okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
And if they really annoy each other hugely, then it's not going to work at all. That he'll go off, she'll go off. And so that will be the end of it. If it does work, suddenly they feel, well, they do miss
Get some help.
each other and they will try and do something. I think it's unlikely. But anyway, then that will be the end of it. But and we'll say, well, they're going to try and make a different type of relationship for each other. But I don't think it can go on like this. And it's very odd that they are, making it month after month. It doesn't make any sense to do that. Get on with it.
Yeah.
I think maybe even Meghan might be looking around for another guy. And that's why she's even going
Well, that's what I was going to say, Angela. The thing is, for Meghan Markle, success is an aphrodisiac. And the problem is they're not having success as a couple, and they're both struggling with it in their different ways.
Yes. And she might need
What the hell?
a different sort of man who's even much more, got much more money, and go for that, which would make her very happy. So she's going out all the time because you never know
What?
who's going to be there.
Now, look, Angela, breaking right now, this is astonishing. Front page of the Sun newspaper, the Christmas party for Buckingham Palace staff spiraled out of control with police called after glasses were hurled and punches were thrown. So let me just take you through a little bit of this story in the Sun, Angela. They report that trouble flared when up to 50 servants arrived for a pre-arranged all bar one bash after palace drinks. A woman believed to be a housemaid aimed a punch at the manager, smashed glasses, and was arrested. Security tried to calm her down, but she continued to throw glasses, it is claimed. A witness to the chaotic scenes said, "I've never seen one person get that crazy during a night out. She was on another level." One of the reasons behind the tension, though, seems to be Harry's, and I'm going to use this word again, deranged mission, because, Angela, I am absolutely convinced it is a deranged mission against the British media. He wants to shut down the free press in his home country. Now, that is a shocking thing for a member of the royal family to do. And I know you've been looking into this claim this week that Prince Harry is actually trying to turn the case against the Sun newspaper, or NGN newspapers, which publishes the Sun newspaper, into a public inquiry rather than actually a civil legal case, which is what it's meant to be. And I should state again, Angela, as you know, that I have agreed to give evidence in this trial if need be.
Yes. Well, it's very interesting. But what is even more interesting is the next sentence that I will say. And that is that he wants to do this to seek the accountability for others who have already settled claims. Now, why does he want to do that to, tens and tens of people? If they don't feel happy about it, they can do it for themselves. They don't want to look to him to do that. And this accountability is something he's saying all the time, that people should be doing it and it should be right. But it's a nonsense. It's an absolute nonsense. And actually, if it happened to me and someone came out and said, "Look, I want to take you on because I want to make sure that the accountability is done," I'll say, "Get lost. Mind your own business." So it's a very weird thing that he's actually not necessarily doing it for himself. He's doing it for a whole load of people who he doesn't know. Very odd. Now, if he does want to do this, and if he is given the permission to do this, which the judge is not at all keen about, he's got to spend 4 days in the witness box and go through about 30 articles. Now, it's going to be very difficult to fit that in. Why does he want to do it? He wants to make it sound bigger and more important, and that will upset the king and everybody else as well. But that's exactly what he wants. He wants to destroy everything. And actually, particularly with people like us who read a lot of papers, they want to get rid of them all. He only wants a paper where there is one journalist who will say nice things about the clothes and the weather, but nothing about any, say what they really feel about things, unless they're controlled. Well, this is not Russia. And
No.
this is not China. We'll come to that in a minute. But it's certainly neither of those things. And he doesn't deserve to try to do that for us. It's nonsense. And he should have better things to do in so many ways. He should be looking for an interesting career, because he seems to be able to escape most of the things he's doing. He likes the things he's done 3-4 years ago. With the various charities, and doing quite well. But he should try and look forward to do something, that he hasn't done before, and he can help him behave like a normal person. It's ridiculous that he's hanging on like this.
The thing is, Angela, is he's not being honest, because trying to suggest that he is doing
Stop it.
this for other people is rubbish. This is about vengeance and
Yeah.
revenge. And the thing that I find extraordinary is that
Wait for it.
this is starting to be a big part in the decline of his marriage. I mean, look, we know there are lots of other issues there, but remember, his wife has said, I don't want you doing this. It is eating you up inside. Yet he
Stop it.
goes on.
She might, no, I mean, don't listen to that. I mean, she might just have said that because she wants to look like Mrs. Goody, but I wouldn't listen to that. She often says things like, he said, and before that, everybody hated her, and the royals didn't let her go out. She couldn't fly off anywhere. And then it turned out she went to 14 different countries, that she wasn't stopped. They kept her, she said, they got her passport. I mean, I can give you loads of lies that she said, and this could be another one. She wanted to look good. Harry does not look good doing this. So Meghan, who likes to keep away most of the time, can just say something which she thinks that she looks, positive and sensible all about. But off screen, she could say, why don't you get on with it? You should be doing it. I don't believe what she's saying ever.
Stop it.
Yeah, well, I guess it was very similar to the release of Spare, wasn't it? She could have really tried to influence it behind the scenes, but instead what she did when it came out and it was a bit of a disaster, that